He's the Hollywood A-lister known for his blockbuster movies, but all this week he's been turning his attention to a cause close to his heart.
On Monday, we launched our Male Cancer Awareness Week and saw Samuel L. Jackson through his One for the Boys campaign, keen to encourage men and boys to be aware of their bodies and check themselves regularly. Well, today he talks to Hollywood star Michael Douglas about the star's brave battle with cancer, plus how his family coped reading shocking headlines claiming that he was about to die. As one of Hollywood's biggest stars with a string of leading man roles in blockbusters like Romancing the Stone and his Oscar-winning turn as Gordon,
greed is good.
Gecko, not to mention his very famous wife, Michael is no stranger to the glare of the world's media. But in 2010, it was his health that took center stage.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Sam.
So good to see you, man.
Good to see you here. All the right places.
I'm seeing you someplace other than a golf course. You know, it's really great to sit here and have this conversation with you because I think about you a lot, and I never really had this conversation with you about, you know, cancer, how it's affected you, and what it all meant.
On August the 16th, 2010, the world woke up to this breaking story.
Academy Award winner Michael Douglas is facing some very tough weeks and months ahead.
Actor Michael Douglas has been diagnosed with throat cancer.
With intense media coverage, Michael's personal battle with cancer became very public.
In a brief statement, Douglas said only, "I am very optimistic."
What specifically prompted you to actually go to the doctor?
I had a sore infection, like felt like it was behind my teeth, back of my gums. And it was bothering me for a while. So I went to my doctor, but then they send you to specialists.
Yeah.
So I went to a periodontist. I went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And the evaluation was that I had some kind of infection and I needed antibiotics. So they gave me a load of antibiotics and said, you should be fine. 3 months later,
Wasn't fine.
I wasn't fine. This just really hurt, really hurt. It was back there again. I went back because I'm getting ready to go over to Europe for the summer. And I'm saying, hey, doc, this is still, it's bothering me. And so I did the same round. And they gave me another round of antibiotics, and I went off for the summer. And I came back, and now we're going into, it'll be close to 9 months since I first completed 9 months. And I got a little farm up in Canada, in Quebec, and I was telling this to a friend of mine who happened to have testicular cancer a long time ago, and he said, look, why don't you come down to Montreal? Let me have the head of the department look at it.
The oncology department.
Yeah, he just took a tongue depressor, and I will never forget it. And he just put the tongue on my, and I saw this look in his eye, and I went, oh. And they took a biopsy, and then 2 days later, and said, you have cancer. So
when you hear the word, what goes off in your head at that point?
Well, I had an inkling, you know, particularly when I saw the look on his face when he pushed my tongue down. And you get a little numb, very numb. And the point where it really got bad was when I said, okay, well, I live in New York, so I want to find who's the best person in New York. So we found this doctor, and 2 days later, and that's when he told me it's stage 4. And I said, stage 4? And that's when I got a little scared.
Still reeling from a diagnosis of advanced cancer, Michael was about to start publicity for the Wall Street sequel, so he and his doctor discussed what to tell the press.
So he kind of got to say, there's no way to hide this. He can't cancel a worldwide European tour junket thing and say, I don't feel well, what's the problem? You got to tell him. So I said, we just got to come out and just tell him we got cancer. And he said, let's just say it's throat cancer. I said, okay, we don't want to say it's tongue cancer. I said, why is that? He said, well, if you really want to know why is it, if we do have to do surgery, it's not going to be pretty. You lose part of your jaw and your tongue and, and all of that stuff.
Right.
So I said, okay, sure.
I'm with you. Uninsurable to all those studios that want to show you when you're in your movie.
Doing that.
Is he going to be able to talk?
No, I'm talking. No, silent movies. And what's your good side? I'll tell you what my good side is.
You've been great in that movie.
Right here, I got no side over here.
I would have been happy to have you in that movie.
Right.
You've been awesome in that movie.
Right.
Was there ever any fear that you wouldn't work again, be able to use the beautiful voice that everyone's come to know and love?
It crossed my mind, but I said, I'm going to worry about that when they tell me that I still got cancer after I finished all this.
So how did the family react to all that? How does
Family,
that work?
right?
What was the family dynamic?
The family dynamics were, well, in my case, because you'll appreciate this, Catherine and I had gotten an offer to get paid a lot of money to play golf in China.
They sent me that offer.
That went to
Yeah.
So we were like, excited.
Like,
I mean,
go
what
to China, play golf.
said, So I said to Catherine, look, and I'm one of those people when I get sick, I don't like a whole lot of people around, nothing to do. I said, look, you should go do this. Get your mind off it. Go, go take your family, do a tour. You've never been to China. There's nothing you can do here except get, upset. And so she did that. So the kids hung in, and the kids were just great. I had 7 weeks of radiation and chemo. And
I understand you actually let them come and hang out one day while you were doing that. Is that true?
Yeah. I brought them, they came over to me to see the radiation thing. It's you put on this mask of Zorro, this
okay. So
face
you were
mask.
doing the Batman thing.
Right, exactly, exactly. But I found the more they knew, the better it was. What scares you is not knowing.
Michael and Catherine not only had to cope with his cancer, but also contend with their children seeing headlines like this.
I looked pretty weird, lost a lot of weight. But then I sit my kids down when there's some other stupid ass like tabloid story comes out. I said, now guys, I want you to know, in case here in school, there might be a little story coming out, about mommy and I, and just like, and Dylan, my son, my 13-year-old says, you mean like the story when you had 3 weeks to live, Dad? I said, yeah, like that one, Dylan. I said, like that one.
After 5 grueling months of radio and chemotherapy, in January 2011, Michael announced he'd turned the corner.
Are you still being checked?
They start out every 3 months, and then after that you go to 6 months. And just before we got here, I had my last checkup. Because I passed 2 years and I'm clean. And with my type of cancer, if you're clean after 2 years, there's a 95% chance it is not coming back.
Not coming back.
Not coming back.
Awesome.
Returning to movies, the good news kept coming with an Emmy-winning performance as Liberace.
Can you see me now?
And for Dad Kirk,
Michael is very good. I talked to him yesterday. He's much stronger now.
it was back to showbiz as usual.
Kirk's novel is called I Am Spartacus. Said, right.
That's the biography.
That's the no. It's the making of Spartacus, because he produced it. And the craziness of making Spartacus. I read the gallery and said, Dad, I think this is your best book. I mean, I really do. He said, son, you do me a big favor. I said, sure, Dad, will you write the introduction for me? He said, sure, no, I'll be my pleasure. Thank you, son. It means a lot to me. The next day, I get a little text from him. Don't worry, I got George Clooney.
Well, that's showbiz. But talking of messages, Samuel's campaign encourages men to discuss their health. So Michael's got the ball rolling. It's your turn now.
As most of us have found while we're doing this thing called One for the Boys, when we have things that bother us, we tend to not tell people or not tell our friends. But what would you say to any men that are watching if they got any doubt about their health? What would you say to them?
Hey guys, you look at your body every day. You know every mole, everything is there. You see something that looks a little strange. You feel a bump somewhere? Check it out. Please. I made the mistake. I don't want to see you do it.